What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Plus Money Sports Betting Podcast. My name is Q. You can follow me on all socials at Bets by Q. And of course, this podcast is brought to you by Black Sheep Betting, where it is a dog's world. There are two links in the description. One is for the VIP. That is where I drop all of my official plays. It is designed for disciplined bettors with consistent unit sizing, simply looking for month-over-month profit. No parlays, no lotteries, just a place where value trumps all. The second link in the description will be for the free Discord chat. It is hosted by my friend Will from the Double Fault Tennis Podcast. It is a place to hang out, share bets, celebrate wins, cope with losses, talk your shit, do what you do. But we are closing in on 1,000 members. We're building a winning community. We would love to have you in there. Come join us. We talk sports 24/7 every hour of every single day. Right now, I'm sweating a 4-leg 10-1 parlay for the early morning tennis slate. Last night, if you're in the free chat, you know something historical happened yesterday. I hit a 150-1. So $1 would return you $150. $10 would return you $1,500. It was a goal scorer parlay. It was found in the NHL channel. Now, look, I had a couple people reach out to me on my socials, and they say, hey, Q, I didn't see the play. Where was the play at? If you want, in the Discord, you can turn notifications on for any time that I post. Find out how to do that. Think it might behoove you. I tend to chat a lot in the tennis channel in the late night or the early morning. But I'm giving out plays, and they're free. So, if you don't want to do the VIP, and you don't have time to listen to the podcast, or you miss it, or you just don't feel comfortable with the plays and you want something a little bit riskier, that is what the Discord is for. For those that followed yesterday, it was an amazing feeling. It was a crazy 5-leg parlay. It was pretty simple, actually, to be honest with you. Lots of storylines involved. But anyways, you'll find me in the free Discord, mostly in the tennis channel, but I will pop in on the NHL and the NFL channels every once in a while. Yesterday was one of those days, and it paid off big. All right, before we get going into today's episode, I want to take a second and apologize for missing yesterday's episode. That's on me, okay? By the time I was ready to record the podcast, I just felt like it was going to be too rushed and people weren't going to be able to get the plays in on time, okay? No worries, though, because the plays that I would have gave to you yesterday, they would have lost. So, in a way, it's a win, all right? But anyways, I'm here today. We're going to come back strong with a full breakdown. 3 official plays here, okay? Let's just start on the ice, okay? This is a play that I have been telling people, hey, we're going to take this until the books kind of buy back a little bit on the odds here. Let's go to Boston versus Ottawa. This one is very, very simple. And if you've been listening to the show, you know what the play is. We are going to be betting Morgan Geekie to score a goal at plus 190. Dude, this play has been a cash cow for me. It's been a cash cow in the VIP. I don't think he scored last night, but I think he scores again tonight. I think it's a league leading, or at least in top 3 in goals scored. He has 9 on the year. Hasn't scored one in the last 2. So feels like he's due up right here. And that's even better because him not scoring in the last 2 gives us a little bit of better odds here. So Morgan Geekie for the Boston Bruins, anytime goal scorer plus 190, full unit right there. Okay, full unit on a goal scorer. We can get this in a lot of ways. We'll get it early. We can get it on a power play because it's a big part of that unit. Or we're going to get this in an empty net situation because I do think that Boston ultimately beats Ottawa tonight. Okay, so Morgan Geekie, anytime goal scorer, plus 190. Lock it in. I'll see you at the counter. Okay, two plays in the Thursday night football game. Here's the matchup: Denver Broncos 7-2. They host the Las Vegas Raiders 2-6. Thursday night game starts at 8:15, and as of right now, Broncos are favored by 9.5 points. This opened at 8.5. Total is set at 42.5 points, so right under the key number of 3, and right under the key number, right under the key number of 43 for the total, and right under the key number of 10 for the spread. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. The Broncos are sitting on top of the AFC West right now, but Kansas City is right on their tail. Bo Nix has been steady, not spectacular, but he's been steady. Through 9 games, he's thrown just over 1,800 yards, 6.3 yards per attempt. He's managing games the way that Sean Payton wants him to do. Okay, but the real reason why Denver has been winning these games has been their defense. It's one of the best in football this season, top 5 in most major categories per Pro Football Focus, and a big reason why they've covered 4 of their last 5 games. Now the Raiders, on the other end, basically the exact opposite. It has been a rough year for the Raiders. It's really been a rough decade for the Raiders, or rough century for the Raiders. But this team has quietly shown life in the last few weeks. Okay, last week they lost, but they scored on 5 of their last 6 drives, which tells you that they are starting to click somewhat offensively. And historically in this matchup, the Raiders have owned it. They've won 8 of their last 10 meetings versus Denver. So while the records look a bit lopsided here, this rivalry has been a free square for the Broncos. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do tonight. This game checks every box for a divisional underdog spot. All right, primetime, hefty spread, public money stacked on the favorite. Pros are gonna be buying the points down on a teaser to 2.5 so they can get through the key number of 3. This all makes perfect sense. Okay, Denver's defense is elite, no question, but big favorites in divisional games rarely cover. And if they do, it's not easy. Raiders have found themselves some rhythm on offense, okay? If they can get points early, that plus 9.5 becomes extremely live. Also, keep in mind, these games tend to play slow. Denver likes to control the tempo with the run game. Vegas isn't really built for the shootout. That's why the total is set at 42.5. So if this turns into a grinded out AFC West slugfest, we're in great shape holding the points, okay? Play number 1, Raiders plus 9.5, 1 unit. I'm taking the points, trusting the rivalry, and fading the overreaction to Denver's recent streak. The hook over 9 is key in the Raiders offense. They've just shown that they can do just enough to stay inside this number. So give me Oakland, or Las Vegas, I guess. Give me the Las Vegas Raiders on the spread plus 9.5, 1 unit. Lock it in. Okay. Second play for tonight. I guess I was looking at some of the player props in this game, and something stuck out to me. I didn't do too much research on this. All right, if I'm just being very straightforward with you, it is a gut play. It is one that tells me, hey, like the value here at 8-1 is too good to pass up. I think that we need to take Tyler Lockett here to score a touchdown. Okay, was over in Seattle with Geno Smith last year. Look, he's got limited targets recently, but at plus 800 to find the end zone, something just tells me that, he finds it. Yeah, we know that Brock Bowers is the guy. He had 3 touchdowns last week. You can line him up at receiver and a corner can't guard him. He's a tight end, and linebackers can't guard him because he's too fast. Corners can't guard him because he's too strong. This is going to leave some open space for Tyler Lockett. I don't think it's going to be a moon ball type of play it could be. I think this one comes on like the 7-yard line, quick slant or a quick out route, or even like something where the play starts to break down. Maybe it's designed for Bowers on play action. Lockett's probably the second read. So give me Tyler Lockett. I'm not going to try to crystal ball it too much, all right? Tyler Lockett, anytime touchdown, plus 800. Okay, let's take a half unit on that. Pays out 4 units. Will set us up nicely. We're already in the positive for the week. Obviously, I missed the show on Wednesday, yesterday. And mind you, just want to put on your radar, I've missed 2 shows all year. Okay, for both the times that I've missed those shows, I've made up for it on Saturday night with a extended podcast take for the Sunday slate. I will be doing that again. So stay tuned for Saturday night. I will be dropping a podcast. I know normally I'm only Monday through Friday, but check it out on Saturday night, probably around 6 p.m., 7 p.m. I'll be dropping a complete breakdown of these Sunday games in the NFL. We'll also have a parlay that day as well, because we will be skipping parlay Friday tomorrow since we missed the yesterday's show. So we want to just make sure that we can secure units and come out in the positive. All right, so more to come on that. But 2 plays or 3 plays for today, 2.5 units in play. Okay, Morgan Geeky, anytime goal scorer for the Boston Bruins, plus 190. That's 1 unit. 1 unit on the Raiders, plus 9.5, and a half unit on Tyler Lockett, anytime touchdown, plus 800. Okay, 3 plays, 2.5 units in play. Good luck tonight. I'll be back here tomorrow with more plus money plays from around the sports world. As always, my name is Q from Black Sheep Betting, and I hope each and every one of you hit each and every one of your bets.